Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Today is Sunday, July the 10th, 2021. And in the studio, this is the Adam Messer Show, by the way, and I'm Adam Messer. In the studio today, we have a couple of my favorite people. We have my relatives, my cousins. We have Sarah Ryan, who is my Aunt Debbie's daughter.
Hello.
Hey. And then your daughter, Lucy Boaen. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Lucy Boaen. Lucy Boaen is in the house, and Lucy and her mama are my special guests today. And Lucy is, didn't you win an award?
Yes, I won an award out of my whole school.
You are an award-winning author already. And as y'all know, I am a writer and a publisher, and our grandma, Greta, she was a writer, and she was a published poet. And so it runs in the family. I thought it'd be kind of fun. I had made a suggestion asking for, like people to talk with about the show. And Sarah was like, hey, Lucy is a writer. So here you are.
Yeah, here we are. It's really fun being here, and I love speaking into the microphone.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little earlier, and we're going to talk some more on the radio. Sebastian, would you mind playing us some live music? This is Sebastian Messer, everybody. And I want to throw this out there too because Kyle, your big brother, Sarah, he is also a talented musician.
Yes.
And a songwriter. He's a rapper. And I think he does like his own beats and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and he can play the guitar.
He can. He's
Yeah.
really good at it.
Yeah, so we have different creative performing people in our family.
That's right. Our whole family has we're like a big music family, and everybody has their own type of music.
Yeah. And you love dancing and singing and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
So I'm excited to have you all in the studio. This is the first time I've had any of my family in the studio, so this is kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
nice.
How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. Yeah, today's a good day. Kind of hot outside, but
yes, very
hot. Feels good in here.
Hot. Definitely hot. So what is the name of your story that you won an award for?
It's called The Dream.
The Dream.
It's a fiction story just by me, and it really inspired me a lot because I liked it a lot. And while I was writing this story, I thought a lot about just writing whatever I want and just coming up with words in my head and just writing it down on the piece of paper.
Nice. And was that like a contest at the school, or was it something that your class did, or what was that?
It was a writing contest out of the whole school, and I won twice.
Wow.
The first time I won, it was a nonfiction story, but this time it's a fiction story.
Very cool. Which do you like better, writing nonfiction or fiction?
Fiction, because I love using my big imagination.
Oh, very cool. So, with The Dream, you wrote the story. How long did it take you to write it?
It took me about 1 week or 1 or 2 weeks.
Nice.
I put a lot of thought into it.
Nice. What did you think, Sarah, when you found out she was going to get in this contest?
Well, at the beginning of the school year last year, they did the first contest, and actually the first story that she wrote was about our trip to Disney. And so
that was a nonfiction one?
Yes, that was a nonfiction one, and I was really excited because it was about our story and us going to Disney World.
Yeah.
And she won, and so whenever I found out again that she won for the second time for the nonfiction, I was very excited, overjoyed. I was like, wow, we definitely have a writer in the family.
Yeah.
And the second time I won, so the first time I won, I showed my mom the trophy when she picked me up from school, and she really liked it. But then the second time I won, when I saw her car, and they called me, I was jumping up and down, showing my trophy in the air, and running to my car and saying, "Mommy, I won!"
Oh, man, I bet.
I was very happy.
That was cool. So, the dream is a fiction story. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, it's about a really, really crazy dream that it was similar to one of the dreams I had before. But that dream, I liked the dream that I originally had, but I wanted to change it a little bit with my own imagination.
Okay, so you kind of flavored it up a little bit.
Yes.
That's awesome. So I'm gonna ask you to read the story here in a little bit. But you like to sing and you like to dance.
Yes, I love singing.
You also do cheerleading.
Yes, cheerleading and
sports, softball.
I love softball and basketball. Those are my two favorite sports.
That sounds very familiar, Sarah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's all the kind of stuff you did when you were growing up.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy because I moved back to Savannah in '90. Well, I moved in Savannah in '96, and then we moved back in '99. So I remember you and Kyle were still like young, little, about almost the same age as Lucy now.
Yeah, playing sports.
So that's pretty cool. And I want to do a shout out. We're gonna do some shout outs. How about that to some of our friends and stuff? Does that sound okay?
Okay.
All right. So I want to do a shout out to we did the Books and Brews Savannah fundraiser yesterday for the Ronald McDonald Charities of the Coastal Empire. So the Ronald McDonald House here in Savannah. And we hosted that out there at the Front Porch and Pooler, the coffee shop on Highway 80. And it was a lot of fun. So I want to give a shout out to all the folks that came out yesterday. We had John Stamp, Josh Vasquez. We had Terry and Darlene Dremel. Myself, I was out there. Marianne Gannon-Popple. Connie Messer came out. We also had Katie. I'm sorry, Katie, I don't know your last name, but she is friends with Marianne Gannon-Popple. And then my family came out, which was pretty cool. And we had a lot of people come out and help us raise funds. So we're also going to be doing a GoFundMe like we did last year for the kids. And what they do, for everybody out there listening, the Ronald McDonald Charities of the Coastal Empire, what they do is they try to provide a home away from home for families that have like children that are either sick or injured. And so they provide a place where the families can have a home away from home. And so when we raise money, we 100% of what we raise goes right to the house. And so that's one of the things I really enjoy doing. You know, I like helping, especially being a dad and having children, and I like helping other families out when we can help them out. So I wanted to shout out and say thanks a lot for everybody who came out and supported us, and thanks a lot for everybody out there who might be listening now or in the future on the podcast. You can go to our booksandbrews.com. Well, it's not booksandbrews.com. It's facebook.com/booksandbrews. And I also want to give a shout out to Miss Harriet, who is friends with Terry and Darlene Dremel, and she is a frequent listener. We really appreciate you listening, Miss Harriet, and thanks a lot. So, your turn. How about y'all give a shout out?
Shout out. Oh, I don't know who to shout out. I want to shout out to my mom, because my mom,
Aunt Debbie, yeah.
Yes, she's been here for like the last 3 weeks, and she's been a saint in helping me with the house and everything else.
Yeah.
So I can give a shout out to my brother up in Ohio. Hey, how are you doing?
What's up, Kyle?
Yeah, what's up?
Cousin Kyle.
Cousin Kyle. And I'll give a shout out to Joey and Anna. They were here this weekend with us, and we had a really good weekend and spent time together. And that's my shout outs. Do you have any shout outs?
Yes.
She's like determined. She's like, I know who I want to do.
I'm going to give a shout out to my two cousins all the way in North Carolina,
Okay.
Ari and Lula.
Oh, okay.
They are my two favorite cousins in the whole world. They are so nice.
I'm not your favorite cousin? I'm just kidding. I didn't want to put you on the spot. I'm just playing with it.
Well, you're a really good cousin too. Like you're one of my favorites.
I'm like the old uncle type cousin.
Yeah. You're still one of my favorites. Okay.
I know you love my wife, Kitty.
Oh,
yes, I love
Kitty.
So, your two cousins up in North Carolina?
Yes, they're twins. They are like the exact same person. And I keep on telling them that that every time I see them, they get bigger and bigger, and every time they say that to me. And I love them a lot because one reason. That one reason is that not only do they keep me entertained and stuff, but if, like, we're playing a game or anything, they're always on my side. And it's not just because of, like, how nice I am to them. It's because they count on me a lot. And I like that because they always expect me to do something, and I always do it, and that makes them very happy, which makes me happy.
Very cool. That's very interesting the way you said that. I like that.
There you go.
So we're going to, let me do a station ID real quick. You're listening today to WRUU LP Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings Community Radio with Global Soul. So tell me more about when you were writing this story. You said it took you about a week.
Yes, when I wrote this story, every day.
And it's called The Dream.
Yes. When I wrote the story every day, after school, I thought about what I was going to write, and I got so confused because I had nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had so many ideas, but none of them were
Sticking.
really good idea, and none
Yeah.
of them were just sticking to really what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking of, like, something, like, with a dream,
Mm-hmm.
like, because I was coming up with the title.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was thinking of, like, maybe the monster dream or, like, something like that. But then I just needed something perfect and, like, not just common. And I
Something
came out
different.
with just, like, The Dream.
The Dream, yeah.
And The Dream, it is a very nice story. It is one of my favorite stories that I've ever written before. I've written a lot of stories.
Mm.
I have a big imagination, and I mean
Good.
a big one. My mom can tell you that.
Is
right
it bigger
now.
than you are?
Probably.
This is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, so ever since she was a little girl, she was always, I never had, like, any kind of electronics for her or anything like that. And I don't know if that helped or not, but I feel like it did because it made her have to entertain herself. So, and she would, make up stories and in her head, like, and talk to me about the stories or tell me stories at bedtime, and like play little things in her room. And I think a lot of that contributed to how well she writes now. So
Yes, and my mom, she actually told me something that I forgot when I was little. And so I was drawing a picture, and I accidentally made an accident, and I accidentally drew a squiggly line, and I didn't mean to because, like, I think, like, I was looking somewhere else, and then it just, like, the pen just went across the thing, and I couldn't erase it, so I made it into something new. And I drew
Happy little accidents.
Yes. So I drew a stage, and then I drew some lights, a microphone, and a girl. But those lines were the girl spinning around, dancing, and singing.
Very cool.
that's what she made her out of her squiggly line.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really interesting because sometimes you can have something that you don't expect to happen come,
I almost drew it into a pickle.
That's funny. Okay, so how do you feel about reading The Dream with us right here,
I
right
feel
now?
really excited because all my classmates loved it and my family loved it, so I'm really excited to share with the whole
Well,
world.
I'm excited because this is like a world premiere,
Yes.
and when we're gonna be if you just started tuning in, we're gonna have the show later on, but you'll be able to share it with your friends that couldn't listen in live. They'll be able to listen to it on the internet. So we have Lucy Boaen here in the studio reading her story, The Dream, for the very first time ever in the world. So, 20 years from now when you're rich and famous, I will be like, she was at my show first.
Exactly.
So go ahead.
Okay. One night, I was sitting in my room, thinking hard about my future. I don't know why, though. Suddenly, my parents said bedtime, so I went to bed. Soon I woke up, but it didn't seem like it. I was not in my room. I was in this mysterious, weird jungle. I thought for a second, but I didn't have enough time. Run! There was a creepy monster chasing me. Ah! I aggressively screamed. I turned a very sharp turn. I think I lost it, I said. I think that thing was at least as big as an adult well. Then, in the corner of my eye, I saw something. My eyes popped. I saw a unicorn. I couldn't believe it. I stared at it for a long time. It was next to the most beautiful waterfall ever. I slowly walked towards it. Then it saw me. It just stared at me. I saw some berries on the ground, so I grabbed them, then I held them in my hand and let her eat. Then she heard something. She ran away. I was sad. I really hope I will see her again. I walked away, but then I realized I was still not at home. I got scared again. When I saw this deep, dark cave, I went inside. And tell me, it was a long walk until I got into a beautiful diamond. It was so shiny, but when I went to go grab it, a shield froze around it. Suddenly, a man came out of nowhere. "What are you doing?" the man said. "You shouldn't be here." "Why?" I said. "This is a very special place." "Oh." "Come," said the man. He led me to a portal. I said, "Where will it take me?" "Go and find out." Chill bumps ran down my spine. I ran as fast as lightning to the diamond. The shield was opened. I grabbed it. Then I ran out of the cave, but I fell into a hole, and it seemed so deep that it felt like it would go on forever. Then I landed on something bouncy and soft. It was hard to see at first, but then I was relieved. I was in my room. I felt so alive. I was so happy. I jumped up and down. I looked beside my bed, and I saw the diamond I had picked up. And I said, from that day on, I love all dreams.
Wow, that was awesome. You're a very creative writer. That was really good. I felt like I was in the story while you were reading it, which is really good. So how did you feel when you finished the story yourself?
I felt like I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
I was being like, yes. When I turned it in, like when I put my paper in the stack, I was like, okay. Please, 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 please win. I crossed my fingers. I put it in the stack. And then after that, I was the last person to be called. So it said third place. Whoever was third place. And second place. Whoever was second place. And I was like, it's not going to be me. It's not going to be. First place, Lucy Boaen. And I screamed and I jumped up and down. And my classmates were like, yay, go Lucy.
That's so awesome. You got your big trophy too, right? Can I see it? I haven't seen it yet. Well, I saw it for a second when you came in, but this thing is pretty big. What did you think, Sarah, when she won the first time and the second time?
I was definitely amazed that because I knew that Lucy's always been, like I said, really imaginative, creative. She's very athletic. She's just, and I'm not just saying this because she's my kid. Like she's really an all-around child.
She's your
like
daughter,
she's
yep.
just amazing. Yep. And so when she won for the second time, I was so amazed because she won the first time, and I thought, and I told her, because she's like, well, I'm probably not going to win because I won the first time, Mom. And I'm like, it's okay if you don't, just congratulate whoever does. Yeah. And that's that. But she won, and her teacher sent an email and said, by the way, just want to let you know Lucy won for the school again for the Young Georgia Author Contest. And I was like, wow, okay, that's amazing. So
I won first place both times.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they did this really cool thing where they hang it in the school so everybody can see it and read it. So I thought that was really cool. This was at Richmond Hill Elementary School.
Because every time when you had to go into your classroom or your hall, my drawing, or not my drawing, my narrative was right there in front of the hall, so you had to walk past it to get to your classroom.
So what you're saying is everybody saw it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. That's really cool.
Wow, look at that neat handwriting.
That is really cool. Can I look at it again with the picture?
Yes.
You drew the picture too?
Yes.
Very cool.
I did the story first, and then I did the picture, but the picture I didn't have much time because my teacher said, "All right, start putting your papers up," because it was the last day, and I like rushed doing the picture, but I sort of took my time.
Yeah. That is really cool. Do you have a sketchbook? Do you like to draw and stuff like that?
I love diaries. I have my own, I have a really soft donut diary. And because it has, donuts all over it, and it's very soft.
Yeah.
I call it my donut diary because, it's kind of like a rhyming thing. So, I write, everything in there. I write, all my secrets.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in third, going
Third.
to fourth.
No, you're going to third.
No, I'm
Second
in
going to
second,
third?
going to third.
Second going to
Oh,
third.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Do you know when I was a kid in elementary school, I won a contest too for writing?
You really?
I did.
did?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That is so cool.
That
Yeah.
is cool. I really
I
like
never
that.
won anything for write. Well, actually, yes, I did. When I was in middle school, I won for the Veterans Day
Oh.
essay, and I wrote it about Pop Pop.
Yes,
Oh,
because
that's so
yeah,
cool.
Pop
We're all
he
writers.
was in one of the
World War II.
yeah, he was in World War II.
That's Uncle Flash's dad.
Yep.
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 That's cool. Our grandpa Roger was in World War II. Roger Rom, and he was in the Navy in World War II as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
So
cool.
that was
I
really
can't
cool.
believe there was wars and everything back then though.
Oh yeah, there always been and always will be,
Yep.
unfortunately. So, have you been writing in all this summer?
Yes, I have been writing. I've been writing a lot, and I love reading stories.
Oh, okay. What do you like to read?
I only read fiction. I do not read nonfiction.
Yeah.
I like fiction.
But you
I mean, what kind of
comic
stories do you like?
I love comic books.
Oh, see, I'm a big comic book nerd too. I love comic books. What kind of comic books do you like?
I can't but some stories,
Mm-hmm.
it's just black words and lines the whole book, and I'm like, why do you
Yeah.
have to mess with my brain?
Do you
Because I
like-
always get lost.
You
but
like
in-
the ones that are more visual with
Yes,
the pictures? Yeah.
Yes.
So, what's your favorite comic book?
I like the Babysitter's Club.
Oh, okay. You know they made a whole series of books on those.
Yes, I read every series.
Oh wow. What other comic books do you like?
I don't really read superhero books,
Mm-hmm.
but I just read more of girly comic books, and I read Dogman.
Dogman.
read
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dogman and some other comic
What was
books.
that one, Sebastian, that you used to like a lot? That was like Dogman. The guy that came to Savannah.
Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a
Diary
Wimpy
of a
Kid.
Kid.
Yeah. What was the guy's name? Jeff
Kenny.
Kenny. Yeah, he came to Savannah one year when the kids were little, and we took them and they got an autographed book. It was pretty cool.
Cool. That's really cool.
Oh, and I also like Harry Potter. Me and my mom are big Harry Potter.
Nice. That's
fans.
cool. Have you watched the movies?
Yes, I've seen all the movies, but I am working on reading the first book. I just started reading. All the
Oh,
books.
very cool. Well, that's, you know what, that's good because going into third grade, you know, that book's probably written for like fifth or sixth graders, maybe.
Yeah.
So, you know, going into third grade reading a big book like that, that's awesome.
I love reading big chapter books.
Chapter books are a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you feel so happy when you're done with the book, and you're like, I just read all of that.
Yeah, that's
But-
how I felt when you were reading your
but-
story and I heard it. I was like, wow, this is such a great story.
Like when I read that story and I was done with it, I was like, I don't want to be done with it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to keep going. Like what comes next?
When I was a kid, there was this magazine that's still out now, but it's called the Reader's Digest. And it's like about this big, kind of like those little miniature comics that you see at the grocery store. And they had like a lot of little short stories and jokes and stuff. So I used to read that a lot when I was a kid. So it's pretty fun. All right. We're going to do a little break. We're going to play some of the station stuff. And we'll be back in a few minutes, y'all. This is the Adam Messer Show. I'm your host, Adam Messer. And I'm here today with my special guests, my cousins, Sarah Ryan and Lucy Boaen.
Hello.
And we're talking about how Lucy won her award for her story called The Dream. So we'll be back in just a few moments.
This portion of WRUU Savannah Soundings programming is provided by listeners and by Brighter Day Natural Foods. Brighter Day Natural Foods has been serving Savannah's healthy food and supplement needs since 1978. It is located at the corner of Bull Street and Park Avenue. They have available online ordering and curbside delivery, and now a walk-up window for smoothies, juices, and sandwiches from the deli. They are open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 12 to 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. More information can be found at brighterdayfoods.com.
What does it mean when we say that WRUU is a community radio station? It doesn't just mean that we invite the community to create programming, and it doesn't just mean that we are a voice for the community. It also means that we are counting on the community to keep us going, and you are the community. Almost all of our modest budget comes from small annual or monthly donations from listeners like you. You get to enjoy our community-focused programming because many others have stepped forward to do their part. Now do your part by joining our community of listener donors. Go to WRUU.org right now and make a one-time or monthly donation, and thank you for supporting Savannah's community radio station, 107.5 FM.
Bike Walk Savannah offers bicycle education programs for children and adults, including bicycle rodeos. Nationally certified instructors ensure that all education programs are safe, informative, and enjoyable for participants. They also offer customized programs for businesses and other organizations that are seeking to make bicycling and walking part of their employees' wellness programs. More information is available at bikewalksavannah.org. Enjoy great art songs, opera arias, and a solo recital in the beautiful rotunda of the Telfair Academy as part of the 9th season of the Savannah Voice Festival from August 8th through August 22nd. More information about the festival and tickets can be found at www.savannahvoicefestival.org.
What does it mean when we say that WRUU is a community radio station? It doesn't just mean that we invite the community to create programming, and it doesn't just mean that we are a voice for the community. It also means that we are counting on the community to keep us going, and you are the community. Almost all of our modest budget comes from small annual or monthly donations from listeners like you. You get to enjoy our community-focused programming because many others have stepped forward to do their part. Now do your part by joining our community of listener donors. Go to WRUU.org right now and make a one-time or monthly donation, and thank you for supporting Savannah's community radio station, 107.5 FM.
All right, we are back, and Sebastian Messer is going to play some live music for us. Thanks, Bass. That was awesome. Hey, we got a Terry and Darlene Dremel. They messaged and they said, "We sure enjoyed her story. You have a future in writing."
Oh, wow.
So she has a future in writing. So that's awesome. Thank
you
you very much, Terry and Darlene. That's awesome. How does that make you feel?
Nice. It makes me feel happy that other people are actually listening to this.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Of course.
And Sarah, you said you had some people listening too, right?
Yeah, Lucy's dad and their families are listening to this. My mom, I know for sure is, and your mom, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And I posted it on my Facebook page, so maybe there's others
That's cool.
listening.
How does that make you feel, Lucy, that people are listening to you talking about your writing and story and all?
It's really exciting, and it makes me feel happy, very happy.
That's good, because you like to perform, you like to do like dance and music and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff, right?
When I'm like talking in a microphone and sharing it to the whole world, I feel happy, and I feel like I'm just like riding on a rainbow, but halfway there. Like, everybody's giving me compliments, and I love compliments, and I love giving other people compliments.
That's cool. Yeah, before the show started, we were just chit-chatting a little bit, and you said your favorite instrument is the microphone.
Yes, it is. It's not really an instrument, but like every instrument kind of has a microphone in it. Not really, but
Yeah, and you actually wrote a song with your papa.
yes.
Uncle Flash? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. What's the song called?
It's called "In the Middle of the Next Room," I think.
Is that the video that you posted? I think I remember a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yep, that was
cool.
it. In the middle of the next room.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I know.
So shout out to all the family and everybody listening. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
That's cool. Tell me more about, like, when you are performing. What are you thinking about when you're, like when you want to dance or sing or whatever?
I do not.
And y'all, she is so serious right now. She's got her hand up in the air and she's like.
So I don't like practice, and I'm like, so what am I gonna sing? What am I gonna do? I don't write stuff down and then sing it out loud. I come up with it just while I'm singing.
Oh, okay.
Like improvise. Is it improvise? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I will just like, and rhyming words will just come out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
And it sounds very good, and I'm like, wow, I want to keep this song, so I write it down, and then like, I keep it in there. Like I was singing earlier today, and like I really liked it. I had a lot of rhyming songs, but I didn't write it down, so I am not very happy because I forgot it.
Oh,
so
that happens.
So that's why I want to like start writing all my songs down, and I want to bring my journal around me.
They make these little tiny notebooks they're really small. They're like little pocket notebooks, and you can keep them with you and write, like little notes or whatever. Or if you have a phone, you can do that too. That's what I do.
I don't have a phone.
But we can get you a little notepad to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Always have a pen with you.
Yeah. And we just got finished playing softball.
Yes.
Sweet.
Softball is amazing. I'm gonna do it again this year.
What position do you play in softball?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. Oh my gosh, they're the best. When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of baseball, and I was a big, I grew up in Cincinnati, so I was a big Reds fan. And we had Barry Larkin, and I was with the Cardinals, and he was another great shortstop. But shortstop's a hard position to play.
Yes,
You got to go
get,
between
like,
first and third base.
Yes, you have to get both balls.
Yeah.
Like, got to back up third.
You must be a
gotta back up
fast runner.
second. Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of times the shortstops, they have people who are really fast.
I back up third all the time.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's your throwing arm like? Can you throw pretty far?
Yes, I can throw very far, but it does not go up. It goes straight.
Ooh, that's why they made you shortstop. They're like, we want to get her.
Fireball.
Fireball. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Meow. Catches on fire once in the air.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could write a story about that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So, let's see. You were also telling me that you like to play video games sometimes.
Yes, I like playing video games. I love playing video games. I love playing Roblox.
When you said Roblox,
Yes.
Roblox,
Yes.
because some people
Minecraft.
might not know what that is yet.
Minecraft is life.
So what is Roblox? Tell them about Roblox.
So Roblox, it's like 1,365 games in one app.
Not 366.
Yeah, basically. So it's like so many games just in one app.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised they don't put arrows on the app and be like best game ever, because it's only like a white square with a little black dot in the middle, and they're like, that game looks boring when you see it just as an app, and you're like, nah. And you go into other games, but they really gotta like
I've never
show
played
more
Roblox.
that Roblox is way better than just a tiny little app.
I've never played it, but I've seen little videos like you can change your outfits and they have dancing and all that kind of stuff in it.
And there is Robux, which you can have millions of cool stuff on Roblox if you buy Robux, but it does cost money. But you can like just pay Roblox $10 and you'll have 16,000 Robux on Roblox.
Oh, that's crazy.
So like I really want my mom to give me some.
Costs money though.
To
You gotta
pay money for it.
You gotta work for that money.
That's
money,
right.
money.
You said Minecraft is life?
Yes.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
It is life. I mean, like Minecraft is like the same thing as real life,
Yeah.
just in blocks.
I always thought it was a fun game. I started playing it like after it came out.
I love survival. I mean, I like creative, but creative you don't really do anything.
Yeah.
You can fly though, but in survival you work hard for it and you achieve other stuff.
Do you like to play with Legos?
Yes, I love Legos. I love building. Like when I'm done building what's on the thing,
Yeah.
I play with it for a little bit, and then I mess it all up and build what I want to build.
See, I always thought Minecraft when they came out that it reminded me so much of playing with Legos as a kid.
Yes.
Because in Minecraft you can do whatever you want, you can build whatever you want.
Yes, and my little brother Jackson, he also really likes to play with Legos.
Oh wow.
He likes dinosaurs, sharks, and all that kind of stuff.
Dinosaurs?
Yes, he loves
How does
dinosaurs.
a dinosaur make a roar?
What is a dinosaur?
Yes.
Show 'em our dinosaur noise.
No, you do it. You do it. You
She's
do
like,
it.
no, that's a setup.
You do it.
Total
You do it.
setup.
You do it. I
gosh.
want you to do it.
No, it's okay.
Oh.
I'm good.
Yeah, so we're also talking like we all like to joke around and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. What makes you laugh? What do you think is funny?
Well, me and my mom, we play this game and it's a try to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And my mom, she always makes me laugh all the time.
I bet
So-
you she makes silly faces, doesn't she?
No, she does not. She just stares at me, and somehow
Oh.
I laugh, and I
Can you
don't
do it right
know
now?
why.
Can you do it right now?
It's just a serious face.
It's just,
Like
does
we
that
can
make
have
it
a
hard? Like
serious
when she's in
face,
trouble,
and
you're like trying to make a serious face and she just
Oh
starts
yes.
laughing.
Oh yes.
Oh no!
Sometimes.
If I
You're like you
get,
have to have a different serious face.
Yeah, because like if I'm in trouble, when you give me a serious face, I'll just start crying out, laughing.
Crying out
Like-
laughing.
Do you like do the serious face and then you're like Lucy, and Boaen?
I say get it together. That's
Get it
not-
together. There you
Get
go.
it together.
Yeah, that's funny.
Lucy Bowen, go clean your room.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It's one of the things I like about those kind of games, like Minecraft. I never played Roblox, but Minecraft, and then I played a bunch of different video games over the years. But
Both my brothers, Jackson and Tristan, they absolutely are obsessed with video games.
yeah,
Minecraft, Roblox. Yeah, my older brother is obsessed with Roblox. Me and him, we play Roblox all the time.
mm-hmm.
But other than that, they love Super Smash Bros. They love Minecraft. They can't live without that Nintendo Switch.
Oh wow. So like if they get in trouble, that's the first thing that goes, isn't it?
Yeah, like okay.
Don't clean your room. You get the Switch gone.
Yeah, yeah. Like if y'all are in trouble, Nintendo Switch. Bye bye.
Bye bye. And then what do? They
Tristan
gotta go
Jackson.
clean up.
Tristan and Jackson, if y'all listen to this right now, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, we know. Yeah, that's funny. How often do you write, Lucy?
I write a lot. I love writing big words. Like
Yeah.
here's a really crazy thing. I kind of struggle with small words, but the big words I'm like, "Oh, I know what that word is."
Oh, okay.
Like elephant or like stuff like that. When I was little, I knew what that word was, but the small words I was like, "What?"
Like dog, cat.
Yeah. Well, not those words. Maybe like a small word, like maybe like hot.
Yeah.
Like when I was smaller, I would be like, what?
Yeah. Did
But,
you know sometimes you'll read words and you won't know how to say them, and so like sometimes people that will mispronounce a word, it's because they learned how to say it by reading it.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't know how to say a word and it sounds like they're mispronouncing it, they learn how to say it by trying to sound it out from reading.
Yes,
Which
you
is
read
neat.
around the word and you figure out what it is.
Yeah, you can read and
Unless you have no idea what that word is.
you can always look it up though.
Yeah.
You know,
On Google, something we didn't have.
Yeah, like back
Dictionary.
then.
Yeah.
yeah,
These are all the things that your phone like makes up for.
yeah,
Like a radio. It makes up for books,
Yep.
which is Google, and it makes up for like movies.
yeah.
It makes up for cameras.
All these different devices in one thing, huh?
Yes.
Right.
And people would like
What do you think about like books, like a real book versus on the phone or on the tablet?
I like books better because
The real books.
I won't stare at a screen for all day,
Mm-hmm.
but I will like it's like a lot of people when they're like ooh a text they start never getting on your phone. When me and my mom we watch a movie, I'm like, give me your phone because this is a family movie. If you type on your phone, you are never watching a movie with me again.
Uh-oh.
So like all the parents when we're watching a movie, phone, please give me your phone.
Mm-hmm. But she mostly reads paperback.
Are you like 85 years old, Lucy?
No.
I know, right?
All the people say that they either think I'm 9 or 10.
You're nine. You're
I'm
9
8,
going on
and I'm in
85.
2nd grade. People are like, "What?" I
You're
thought
8
you were
going on 85, aren't you?
8
Yeah,
going on
some
85.
people thought I was 12 once.
What?
I was like, I am 8. 8 years old. I only lived 8 years.
That's awesome. You lived decades in those 8 years.
Decades.
You're like,
Decades.
put up the phone, kid.
Yes, she does.
If you don't put the phone up, we're not watching this movie.
Yep. That's exactly
When's
how
my
she is.
birthday?
I don't know. I don't know when your birthday is.
When is your birthday?
October 22nd. I know that by heart.
Oh, wow. Another October baby.
Yes.
And I love Halloween, not because it's close to my birthday, but I love spooky stuff.
Spooky stuff. You like, have you ever read any of the R.L. Stein books? He writes a whole bunch of like kids like spooky books. R.L. Stein.
Is it like Goosebumps or something?
Yeah, Goosebumps. Yeah. Those
Yeah,
are good
yeah, I've seen
spooky
that.
books. When I was a kid, I used to watch the show called Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, yes.
Okay,
yes.
so they always have like the little scary...
Yes, it's very popular. It's not too scary because
It's not,
like,
yeah.
cause, like it's always a person who's the monster.
Yeah. That's
I
the way it is in
I don't
real
get why
life.
Yep, that's right.
I don't get why Shaggy and Scooby are so afraid. Like, it's a human being. It is not a monster.
Yeah. That's just...
You are running away from a human being. It's a human.
We're listening to
That's so
WRUU LP Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings Community Radio with Global Soul. This is the Adam Messer Show. I'm your host, Adam Messer. Here today with my special guests, Sarah Ryan and Lucy Boaen.
Hi.
And we're talking about, Lucy is an award-winning young author. What was the award that you won? The Georgia what?
Georgia Young Author. I'm a young Georgia author.
Young Georgia author, and that was pretty cool. So you won the nonfiction one, and then you won the fiction one, and then today we've been talking about, the first one you wrote about your trip to Disney.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we've been talking about the story, the dream that you had, and that was a pretty good one because you went through the whole thing. Like you were in the stream, and you got lost, and then you got found, and then you wake up, and you're like, oh, here I am.
And there's a diamond next to my bed.
I'm like, what?
I'm definitely gonna sell it by Roblox.
Oh, gosh. You wouldn't keep it to be like a memory of your dream?
Well, yeah, I might keep it, but other than that, I'm gonna sell it and buy Robux.
I hear you. Well, we know what you want for your birthday, huh?
Yes, I like poppets, squishies, and fidgets.
Okay. I don't know what any of those things are. You can educate me.
No parents do. They're like, wait, what's a poppet? Because like it's new stuff, and
Yeah.
like what are video games?
What is a poppet?
A poppet is like it's a rubber thing that like it's very satisfying, and it's like just little It's like bubble wrap, but just like bigger, and it's softer. And you pop it, and it makes a very boop
Little
sound.
pop noise. Okay, it makes sense to pop it.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing you said you like?
I like squishies. I'm obsessed with squishies.
What are those? Or what is that?
It's a very like squishy thing that you can squish, and you can make it into different designs.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it.
But when you squish it, it pops back up very slowly.
Oh, okay. So
into
it just
its
kind of
form.
it has
So
a
you can,
memory
like,
foam.
So you can like run over it. You can like stomp on it
Hmm.
as hard as you can. You could sit on it for an hour, and it'll come back up.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I like fidget spinners, just like bouncing on my fingers and spinning it around. You don't know what that
Those
is
were big
either.
a couple years ago. Fidget spinners.
Yeah.
I remember those were like everybody wanted one of those.
And then there's like Rubik's cubes. Y'all know what? You'll probably know what those are.
No, not at all.
What?
Yes, we know what that is, honey.
That's more like when I was a kid. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. And there's
500 years ago.
and, and now they have like different kind of Rubik's cubes. They make it into like different shapes, like triangles and circles and stuff. And I'm like, what? How are you supposed to figure this out?
Do they still have crayons for you kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still like to color a lot.
I'm just
I
messing
like
with
to
it.
paint a lot.
Yes, I like to paint.
Yeah.
Just
What do you like to paint?
I like throwing buckets of paint on a canvas.
Oh,
Not gonna lie, but
that's expensive.
I like to. I like.
Paint's expensive.
Paint is expensive.
Yeah.
We get the little bottles.
My favorite color is light blue, and I actually painted my room that color at
Oh,
my
wow.
dad's house.
Wow. Light blue, like sky blue?
Because every time we move into a house, I'm like, can I paint my room? Can I paint my room? Can I paint my room? And then we, like, a couple, like...
Do you tell them, like, give me your phone?
Yes, like...
I'm going to paint my room. You give me the phone.
So this year, when we moved, that's a Pop-It.
Okay, so that is from Among Us.
Yes,
Yes,
she
Okay, I played
loves that game.
Among Us is a fun
Among
game.
Us.
I played that game on my phone. That's a fun game. I like the... there's a game called Town of Salem and Among Us. They're kind of similar because it's like it reminds me of Heads Up, 7 Up.
Oh, yeah.
Heads Up 7 Up, I love that game.
Yeah, it's like you have to figure out who the bad guy is, and and then they're trying to get rid of the
Like,
townspeople. and
who put my thumb down? No clue.
yeah, exactly.
Like, no, wait. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the whole game of deception. You try to like Heads Up, 7 Up, everybody. It's a grade school game you play. That's okay. You play it. You put your head down, and one person's like the bad guy, and they have to go around and they have to get rid of the townspeople. And then the townspeople, when they wake up in the morning, somebody's gone, and they have to try to figure out who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
Right. And so like these games like that, they're fun. Like that Among Us is kind of like that. You have to figure out who's the imposter.
I love being imposter. I just
Yeah.
like, okay, nobody's over here. Kill.
Yeah.
And picking a task. Kill.
Do you vent a lot?
Yes, I vent a lot. Like,
They have these little vents
Somebody's
that you
coming
can
into
jump
their-
down and disappear, and they pop up in some other area. So
yeah.
that's cool.
I like Among Us, and like, it's really fun. And now, I like the original version of Among Us, but now they changed it. Now they have like different kinds of things in Among Us.
They have a
And I
lot of
like-
little pets and
Yeah,
hats and
yeah.
outfits, and
Yeah, that's cool. Like
they have
how
a lot of maps too. But I only play the one spaceship map. I don't ever like go to any of the other maps.
yeah, I only play like the original Among Us and stuff.
I haven't played in a while. I've got it on my phone. It probably needs to even update. I bet you. See, I got it right there.
Among Us.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I don't have the real Among Us game. I only have it on Roblox, which is not the real.
Oh, it's Among Us on the Roblox. Wow.
Yeah, and I really
Oh
want
yeah,
the real
see,
game.
it says I have to update it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't played it forever.
That's funny.
So they have that on a Roblox too.
Yeah.
Yes, they have it on.
So it's a game inside of the game.
Yes,
Oh,
there's
okay.
a million games in one tiny app. Push the app. Oh. It's Roblox heaven.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So you're playing as a character playing a game inside of a game.
Yes, a game inside of a game.
Wow, that is so funny. That is so cool. Does that make you think about like you said you like to read?
Yes.
So do you read every day?
Yes, I read most of a chapter every day.
Good.
I read comic books. That's what I read.
That's cool. I like comic books a lot. Matter of fact, before the show, we went to the comic book store.
I like
and I'm
watching.
wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
I like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man.
You like
I'm
anime.
a big comic book nerd.
And she likes anime too.
Oh, do you?
Yes, anime.
What kind of anime do you like?
I like Glitter Force, and now I'm gonna get into Sailor Moon.
Oh, Sailor Moon. I've heard of that one. I didn't hear you said Litter Force?
Glitter Force.
Glitter Force. Okay, I feel bad because somebody out there is like, what do you mean you've never heard of Glitter Force? So, tell me about it. What do you like about it?
It's like a whole team of superheroes, and they turn into superheroes, fight bad guys and stuff like that, and pew 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 pew, save the world, yay! Like most superhero shows.
And then they dance and
Yeah, they dance.
EDM music.
Yeah, my favorite kind of music is EDM or techno.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. I know.
What?
I know, right?
I'm full of different stuff.
Because
Are you like 85?
right? I know. Techno.
I'm thinking I'm going to interview you today, and I feel like I'm getting schooled. You're like, yeah, I like EDM or techno. Like, what? How did you even learn about EDM or techno?
The new Trolls movie.
Oh, okay. I was good. I was thinking you were gonna say I listened to it in Roblox.
I do.
That's awesome. This Roblox game, it sounds like it's got its own little universe. Everything's in there.
And it has Disney World on it, so you don't have to go to Disney World, but you can actually go on the rides and everything on Roblox, and you can go to Universal Studios and stuff like that.
I'm laughing because I'm like,
because you have no clue.
I've never played it. I did not know that you could do so many things inside of this little game that you love. That's so cool. So, what do you like the most about writing? And storytelling.
Well, I just like putting my own thought on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I like drawing and writing is because I put everything, I put my imagination on one piece of paper, and I like to keep that piece of paper forever, and it reminds me of my big imagination that I used to have. Like when I was little, I drew a lot of things, and I painted, and I wrote stories, and I was like, wow, I was very creative when I was little, but I was thinking of
was this when you were like,
and after,
when
I was
when you're 5?
When I was 3.
3? Wow.
Yeah.
Now that you're 85,
I'm 8.
you look back and it's been a long 8 years.
It's been a long decade of years.
I'm telling you, last year felt like a decade of years.
I know.
So-
Last year was long.
And
2020 was
super long.
wow.
So.
I was like, when is this year gonna end?
Mm-hmm. So are you enjoying your summer?
What month is it? Yes, I'm enjoying my summer. I am making new friends, and I'm going to summer camp. I love this summer camp.
Oh, cool.
It does not have much, but to me, it is everything I want and need.
Nice. Like swimming and stuff like that?
Yes, there's water day, scavenger hunt day, and all that kind of stuff, and I have so many friends there.
Oh, that's so cool.
But the thing is, half of them already left.
Oh. Yeah, it's not for everybody. So
Yeah.
some people, they don't like to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you like to do it.
This is the first time I've ever done summer camp other than cheer summer camp, which is a long time ago.
Nice. Well, we got to wrap up this hour. I really appreciate Sarah and Lucy being here today.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun.
It was a blast. I love hello. I love telling the whole world one word. Whole world hears it.
Yeah. It is. It's one of those amazing things. And you know what? Maybe one day this will play in Roblox.
I know. One day when she
Yeah.
is a lot older, we'll look back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
So
be
cool.
wow, my voice is that squeaky when I was little.
Oh no, you sound great. All right, so everybody, stay tuned. We'll be back at 4:00, and you've been listening to the Adam Messer Show.